Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban has warned that Europe's efforts to continue military support for Ukraine could come at a cost to the EU. The European Union cannot afford to finance Ukraine's military efforts now that financial aid from the US is no longer guaranteed. Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban warned on March 7, after the leaders of 26 EU nations signed a statement supporting Ukraine without Budapest's approval. Orban, an ally of former US President Donald Trump who also maintains relations with Moscow, stated on state radio that his government would launch a public consultation within Hungary regarding whether Budapest should support Ukraine's accession to the European Union. This political campaign comes as Orban, who has been in power since 2010, prepares for the 2026 elections amid Hungary's recent recovery from an inflation crisis and the rise of a new and increasingly strong opposition party. On March 6, European leaders backed a plan to increase defense spending and continue standing with Ukraine, as Trump shifts the US approach to the war in Ukraine. The EU Defense Summit in Brussels, Belgium, took place amid concerns that Russia, emboldened by the war in Ukraine, might attack a NATO member state, and that Europe cannot continue to rely on the US for its security. Russia has repeatedly dismissed concerns that it intends to attack a NATO country, emphasizing that it has no interest in doing so. However, unlike other European leaders, Orban, who has refused to send weapons to Ukraine since the conflict began and has maintained a neutral stance, argues that instead of prolonging the war, the EU should support peace negotiations initiated by Trump. Orban warned that the EU's current approach to supporting Ukraine while also increasing Europe's defense spending would destroy Europe. If the US withdraws from funding the war now, then how can the remaining 26 member states continue this war to the end? Orban said on state radio, "Today, it may seem like I vetoed, but in just a few weeks, they will come back and realize that there is no money to achieve these goals." The Hungarian leader stated, Trump has declared that Europe must take greater responsibility for its own security. On March 6, he questioned Washington's commitment to protecting NATO allies, stating that he would not do so if they failed to contribute enough to their own defense. Trump's shift from unwavering U.S. support for Ukraine to a more conciliatory stance toward Moscow has deeply alarmed Europe, which views Russia as its greatest threat. European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen asserted that former U.S. President Donald Trump would need EU support to end the Russia-Ukraine war. Previously, European leaders had demanded a seat at the negotiating table alongside Ukraine, Russia, and U.S. officials in discussions aimed at ending the three-year-long war. Thank you for watching the video. What are your thoughts on this issue? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to hit like, share, and subscribe to our channel to stay updated with our latest content. See you next time.